Boards and booze, booze and boards, drinks and beers, fight some hordes. Drank too much, forgot our swords, ran back home, filled our gourds, got drunk again, sang some chords. Boards and booze and boards, with Mickey and Jeb. Hey everyone, booze and boards, Mickey and Jeb.
I'm Mickey, he's Jeb.
Yep, and this is Tokaido.
Yeah.
And this is the big box. Look how big it is compared to us.
Yep. Big box, is that what they call it?
It's the Deluxe
Edition. Which is very cool if you don't have this game.
And that's how I think both of us did it. We didn't have the original. We heard this was
coming out, and we held off for like a year without buying this game.
And I know Kim would randomly ask during the year, when can we get Tokaido? And I was like, wait, we need the Deluxe.
And the reason, well, the Deluxe is awesome, but the reason for the waiting and wanting the game and stuff like that is that because this is an excellent all-around game. It's super easy, and most people like it. So that's, you know, kind of the drift. Jeb, what's it about?
It is a group of people trying to have the best vacation they can in Japan. They're traveling the entire country, trying to enjoy themselves with looking at nice views, meeting strangers along the way, taking hot spring baths with monkeys.
There's no monkeys in the Deluxe Edition!
Yeah, that's true. I think you have to contact them to try to replace it. I don't know.
Anyway, you probably don't know what that means, and you probably don't care. And that might even sound kind of dull, but trust us, this game is a lot of fun, and the simplicity mixed with the pretty awesome mechanics, and usually by the end, it's usually a tight race, even though everybody's doing something different, because you take on the persona of a certain traveler, and they all have some kind of like little ability. I mean, it's not a huge thing, but it's a slight edge somewhere that if you can exploit that, might put you ahead.
Like we said, Deluxe Edition. The Deluxe is pretty much the exact same as the original, except the components have been upgraded.
Components are upgraded, and it includes one expansion.
Right. And there's also the CD, which we're not going to be playing.
Yeah, we're not.
But there is a CD, and there's miniatures. I don't think
miniatures and metal coins.
Yeah. So
everything.
Everything's upgraded.
Board's a little bit.
It is. It's bigger.
And I think the spots for the expansion. Did they always have the spots for expansion?
Nope. They added those on the board, so you can throw in the expansions.
So
it's a nice upgrade. Definitely, if you don't have it, I say go for this instead of the original.
Well, assuming you know that you like the game,
yeah.
I wouldn't spend the extra money if
you didn't like it.
If you didn't like it, and if you're not sure after watching the video, then try it first.
I mean, if you like it, definitely go for it, because I think it's a good buy.
Yep.
Other than that, it's by FunForge. Players, I think it's 5 players, right? 2 to 5?
So
yeah,
where's our
5
players?
spaces.
Look,
2 to 5. Nice. And 45 minutes?
And age 8 and up.
Alright, so enough talk about it. Let's set it up, explain it, and we'll do a gameplay. So,
Alright, so we are back with a quick run through of the components. It's pretty simple. We'll do our normal routine. Jubble, flap, I'll point.
Alright.
Well, I'll start with the board.
Yeah.
Look at the beautiful board, which is huge, and you can't even see the whole thing.
Yeah, we cut off about
the deluxe version is gigantic. But as you can see, there is places to travel.
Yep.
Places to put your cards.
You got your score track.
And your victory track, which does a snake thing.
Yeah.
That.
Alright, so that's the board. Let's talk about the cards really quick.
Okay.
Mickey, what's that?
Food cards. Food spot.
Yep. That one is the Traveler.
Traveler cards. Traveler spot.
Then we got Hot Springs.
Hot spring spot.
Souvenirs.
Souvenir spot.
These 3 are panoramas, and they're a little different. They're not decks. They have numbers in the bottom, so there's 1s, 2s, 3s, 4s, 5s. We'll talk about how you get those. But those 3 have a special spot on the board. It is off the board.
Way down over here.
It's around this area, past this. You'll see it later. Then these, Mickey, do you know what they are?
They are I call them bonus cards, but that's not technically what they're called. I don't
I
think.
think their achievement is what
Yeah,
they're called,
so-
but it's like a bonus at the end of or bonus for doing stuff.
And
Then
some
we-
of them are based on if you do it first too, so it's not like everybody can get the same bonus.
Yep.
Now you can see that spot that Jeb was talking about for the
Yep.
panoramas. Go down there.
Yep, panoramas are over here. This stuff, these are the player cards. They don't really do much except tell what their ability is, how much coins to start the game with, and this little thing is where you put this thing to show you what color you are. So say if we pick this old man and we make him purple, he gets the purple one, you put it there, then this will go on his figure, and then you get this thing which
Is for the
score track, so it would go up on the score track, but I'll leave it there for now. And I think that's all those
Coins.
Oh yeah, the
Nice
coins.
metal coins. They're really cool.
Yeah, yeah. So I think that's everything for components.
That is everything.
It is
for
very
components.
simple.
Just one thing real quick. We could probably, I don't know, maybe we should just do it during setup, but I'm going to say it now. There's a couple spots that we didn't point to.
Okay.
They're for expansions. So when you watch us set up, we're not going to put something on every single spot because we're not going to play, we're not playing expansion, right?
Nope,
Yeah.
we're just playing the base game.
Base game.
Alright, so do you want to start setup?
Sure.
Alright, so setup. The first thing, we already did it. You placed the board on the table. Next, you want to take the achievement cards and place them face up next to the board.
So you
So
can-
all of these would just be face up.
You can see what they are.
So these are for the panoramas, the blue ones, and the yellow ones are at the end of the game is how you get those.
Yep.
These you get when you get all the pieces of a panorama. Next is shuffle the meal cards and make a face down pile. So
Jeb's already played this a couple times, so they're probably
yeah.
relatively shuffled, so I just boom.
And next is going to be the souvenir, and then encounter. We'll just do
Souvenirs
it all.
are the black ones.
Encounters are the pink or purple, whichever. Then the hot springs, you do the same thing, shuffle. I'll let Mickey do that. After the hot springs is when you put the panoramas down, and over here is where you place the panoramas. The way you do it is you take all the ones and you put them on top of all the twos, on top of all the threes. The green only has 3, the white has 4, and the blue has 5. So those decks are there.
Then each player will choose their characters and stuff like that, right, Jeb?
Place the coins as a reserve. Place the travel figurines next to the board. That doesn't matter really. Color bases are for the, okay, yeah, that's about it for the board
basically
setup.
now you're selecting characters. You can select your character, you can do random,
Yep.
any way you want in terms of deciding how you want to pick your characters. Doesn't really matter.
Yep, so when you select a traveler, you take all the colored stuff of that traveler. So like before, we took the old man, we put his purple piece there, we have his score point, and we have the little base.
And he'll pop right on.
So yeah, the figure will just go on top of the base, so he's like that. You want to put the score tracker on the 0 for everyone. So it's off camera, but it's at the very top, all the way to the left on 0. Yeah, you can pick it, or you can do the, actually in the rule book it says each player gets 2 random face down, and they choose one and place it in front of them. It's your call if you want to do it that way.
It's fun to do it that way, but you can just pick. But it
Yeah.
is. But rule-wise, Jeb's absolutely correct. Because there's a lot of characters in this game. So
Yeah.
you deal everybody 2. You pick the one that suits your play style, the best to your ability, and just go from there. Put the other one back, but nobody else can choose it either. So
Right. And then after you get all the color stuff for the guy, you grab how many coins in the top right. So this guy starts with 6, so he just has 6 coins to start. And then we put them all randomly in the start line of the first in Kyoto. So actually Kyoto's down here. So as you can see, his thing's at the 0. We're going to randomly put the people onto...
what you could do is put these in your hand,
Yep.
whoever's playing, and then drop them, and that's where they're gonna start. And position. This game is all about your position on.
All right, I zoomed in, so
Making sure he agrees with me, not that I care.
yeah. All right, so that is the setup of the game. I didn't put all the other stuff for the other people, but that doesn't matter too much. Do you want to start talking about playing the game?
The mechanics of the game is on your turn. It goes from whoever is furthest behind goes. And so, as you can see, there's no dice, no nothing like that. So you would take, whoever is playing this guy would take their character, and then they move it to any spot from here until the first, I believe they call them rest stops.
Yeah.
Okay? So, I could stop here, 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 here.
And
okay.
A quick note is that some of the places have 2 spots, depending on the number of players, is how many people can stop there. So,
right. So, there is 4 people, so somebody else is going to be allowed to stop there. So if this guy wanted to stop there too, he would go into the second spot. The second spot is considered behind the first spot, so this guy is going to get to go again.
Yeah.
So that's how it would work. And if that doesn't make any sense, basically, he's considered further behind. Remember, whoever's in last place, it's always their turn.
Yep.
I won't call it last place isn't
It's
right.
whoever's the
furthest behind is going to get to go.
Yep.
And what happens is, once you place on the spot, you do whatever that spot is. So we have, so I guess this is a good time to go over what spots do.
Yes, description of the spots.
Okay.
Let's start with the shop.
We will start right here with the souvenir shop.
Yep.
So if I stop there,
The player will draw 3 souvenir cards, and he gets to purchase 1 or more of the cards by paying the price on the card.
okay, so this is what they look like.
Yep.
And down in the bottom left is the amount they cost in coins. You just put those back in the bank, you take the card.
Yep.
Now, the important thing to remember about this is that if you look down here, they have a value, and what that means is building is a set builder. So, they have symbols. For each different symbol, you would get that score. So, if I take 1, I automatically get 1.
Point.
If I were to buy another one, different symbol, I can put it in that set, I get 3. So I go 1, 2, 3.
And if you bought that third one,
I would get 5.
Yep.
And again, it's number of sets, and
if
you can keep doing that
Yep.
as many times as you want.
And you cannot have the same symbol in a set.
Right.
So you would just start a new set if you bought another
Exactly. So again, draw 3, pay for 1. And then the other 2 go to the bottom of that stack.
one. All right. The next place is the farm that we want to talk about. That one is actually...
Okay. So the farm is the yellow one, I believe.
Yep. So if somebody moves to the farm, they can take 3 coins from the bank.
That's it.
And that's it. Yeah.
That's how you get, that's pretty important because money will go fast. So you stop at the farm, you get coinage because basically you stop there, you did some work.
Next are the panoramas. So
Okay,
there's 3 panoramas. There's green, white, and blue.
Okay. So there's a green one, there's a blue one, there's a white one. And as Jeb showed you earlier, they all have a different amount. So there's 1s, 2s, and 3s in the green, 1, 2, 3, and 4 in the white, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So if I stop at green for the first time,
You get the 1. You get 1 point for it.
Yep.
And then this would just be in front of Mickey. I'll set it here so the camera can see. So he would just set that in front of him. If he stopped at green a second time,
I look through the pile and I take the number 2 one.
he'd get 2 victory
And
points.
I get 2 victory points.
And he would set this next to
Right.
it. And as you can see, it builds a
It's
pretty
a
picture.
So you're just trying to build the panoramas. And if I stopped at another green, I would get the last one. And if I was the first one to do that, what would happen, Jeb?
You would get that bonus card, achievement card, whatever. So the blue one, or the blue back ones are for the panoramas. If you're the first to complete a color of the panorama, you get it. So Mickey, having completed the 3, he would get this card, and he'd get 3 bonus points for it. There's one for the white, the blue.
And then they're gone.
Yeah. So only the person who collects the first one, or the entire thing first, gets that bonus.
Yep.
After panoramas, there's hot springs, which is a pretty easy one, because when you land on a hot spring, all you do is draw the top card of the hot spring deck.
And they randomly give you victory points.
I think it's 1, 2, and 3 points.
Yep. So you can get 2. I would have got 2 for this card right here.
Yep. And when you get cards from these decks, you keep them in front of you, because they will come into
play for final scoring.
Yeah. After the hot spring is the temple.
So the temple is basically the only one that doesn't have a card associated with it. So you go to the temple, you go there, and you are allowed to do one of 2 things, correct?
You can donate 1, 2, or 3 coins to the temple.
Oh, I thought there was 2 things you could do. Okay.
In the expansion, there's
a second thing you do.
Yep.
Okay, so basically you could... Oh, I was thinking of a card that does something. Anyways, okay, so you can take some of your money and you can donate it. They're all color-coded on who donated, so this guy doesn't have a color yet, but let's just say that he is
green.
The blue one.
Oh, blue, okay.
He wanted to donate 1, so...
And if for some reason green donated 2, there's 2 for green.
So, why this is important, there's a little key over here. You're going to get, at the end of the game, whoever's donated the most is going to get 10 victory points.
Yep. And then 2nd, 3rd, and 4th.
Pay attention to who's stopping at the temples and giving money.
And if you stop at a temple, you have to donate at least 1 coin. So.
Or you can't stop, right?
Right. Next is the encounter space, which is actually another easy one, because
and that's
when you stop there, you just draw the top card of the encounter deck.
And this is, thematically, you're meeting a person.
And they do something special
for you.
There's, like this guy would let you draw a panorama of the white.
Yeah.
In this case, if you have all the whites, you're able to draw a panorama of
anything you want.
We didn't mention it, but if you have all of the green panorama and you stop, you can't stop at another green one because there's no green for you to collect. So only that guy allows you to get a different color for that panorama, if that makes sense.
So you can't block people, basically, later on in the game.
Right. And that's all the places except for the inn. So those are the special spaces on the board, and you must stop at each inn.
Yes, I'll move this down. So these marks, if you can still see my finger, have to be stopped at each round. So, as you can, I'm going to show you a little example here. This guy would have to go. Say he moves here. Wouldn't be his turn again until he's the last one. So say this guy goes here. And then this guy goes, and he's like, there's nothing else I want to do. He goes to the food.
Yep, and he'd be there.
That's right. He takes the first spot, not the last spot, which is very important because he's going to go last coming out of the inn. So what happens when you get to the inn, Jeb?
All right. You have to stop at the inn. When you get there, the first player is going to draw the number of players plus 1.
Yep.
So in this case, there's 4 players, so he'd draw 5 meal cards.
And he looks at the meal.
Yep. He looks at them without showing anyone.
Right. And then he buys one.
Yep. So he can choose whichever meal he wants, and he pays the cost. Once he does that, say he goes for the cheap one, he'll get 6 victory points. All the food's worth 6. He pays 1 coin, and this goes in front of him.
Okay. Now, an important thing about the food. There's a bonus if you have the most expensive food at the end of the game.
The most money.
If you spend... Well, that's the same thing, right?
Yeah.
In total.
Yeah.
In aggregate.
Yeah.
That's worded better, right?
Yeah.
Because it would be a tie, because somebody would buy food. Yeah. Okay, so in total, if you've spent the most money, Jeb has corrected the way that I said that, and he's right, you get a bonus. So always taking the cheapest isn't necessarily the best way to go, but not being able to take anything is not really good because you're missing out on 6 victory points. So keep that in mind. Also, good thing about being in there first is you get your choice of food, If you're the last one in there, yeah, you're going to get to go first, but if you only have one money and these are the only two left,
you're not
eating.
And that brings up a couple of things to remember. You cannot eat the same meal twice. You're on vacation, you want to try random stuff, so you don't want to eat it twice. You can never purchase more than one meal at an inn, and then you're never obliged to purchase a meal. So you can starve yourself if you want. All right, so once everybody's at the inn, say, that's probably not how they go, or whatever.
So Jeb messed up my example.
Well, that's fine. Or did you need to do more?
No, I just sad.
Oh.
You messed up my example.
All right. So let's continue the journey. Once everybody is in the inn and has eaten, it will continue with the person who went to the inn last, as Mickey said. So this guy would go...
He gets his choice of any of these spots.
Yep.
If you haven't caught on by now that him going here it's not a very good idea. He misses all this stuff, all his chance to get victory points and stuff like that. You want to experience the absolute best vacation you can. So you want to take it all in. That's the theme of the game. So at the same time, you're trying to score the most victory points you can too. So you take that into consideration. So wherever he would go, let's say he goes there, and this guy goes here, and this guy decides to jump up there, and then that guy goes there. Oh, everybody bunched up and skipped all those.
Yep.
It's legal. So technically, who's last here? Do you have this guy?
Yep, he's on the outside.
Yep, he's on the outside, so he would go next. And that's it.
This just continues until, I don't want to move the camera, but that's the beginning spot. There's an inn at the very end of the board. Mickey will move it over.
Look at that, look at that. The camera's moving, people. Look at that, look at that. Jeb's going to tell me when I'm there.
No, keep going. There's a lot of Japan. Keep going. Oh, look, that's a huge board. Okay, we see the last spot right there. Once everybody's there, the game is over, and...
we total up the final scoring and stuff.
Yep, so once we all reach there, we will do the inn first.
Yep.
So what you do, as Mickey said, you see who's in first, second, third, and fourth place, and they get...
You said the inn, this is actually the temple.
Oh, yeah, the temple, sorry.
I mean, you'd still do the food purchasing and stuff, but then you'd move on
to the temple.
Score the temple.
If you do not have money in the temple, you will not get the last place.
Yeah.
You have to have donated money. And I don't think we mentioned when you donate into the temple, you get a victory point for each coin you donate.
Oh, you're right, and I totally forgot about that, yep.
So after you do the temple, are the achievement cards?
Those were the non... victory point one. So it's basically who went to the most hot springs, which they put the monkeys on the victory one.
Yeah, that's good.
Alright.
So there's an achievement for most hot springs. There's one
most people visited, or encountered rather, or met, yeah. And this one is the most expensive food, right?
Spent the most on the food, yep.
Okay, and then the last bonus card is straight up the number of souvenirs bought. So whoever has the most gets the 3. What about in cases of ties? You have
in ties, they each score 3 points. So tying's fine. One thing, I don't think we totally mentioned it, but each person at the bottom of their thing has a special ability which is listed in the book, the rule book. There are special rules for a 2-player game. There's variations on this game. I think one's a return trip, so you go all the way to the end, and then you make your way all the way back. There's a couple more as well. You can just look in the rule book for that. And I think that's about it for the game.
Yep.
It's a pretty easy...
Pretty straightforward game. A lot of fun, though.
Yep. So I guess we'll set it up and get to playing. So we've set up the game. The achievement cards, I'm just going to put face down next to it just because... I don't want to have to
do what the rules say. Jeff, it's a rule breaker.
I'm bad. Alright, so we've got Mickey. What color are you?
I am green, and I haven't done the order yet, but I'm green. I am Nampo.
This guy?
Yep. And my ability is every time I stop at the inn, I get victory points based on what food I buy. So I get a extra victory point for a 1 food, 2 for a 2 food, 3 for a 3 food.
Yep, and he starts with 2 money.
I start with 2 money.
Haley is purple, and she is, what's his name? This old man?
Suguni? I don't know.
Alright, and what's your ability?
I get a victory point for every achievement or hot springs.
Alright. Kim?
I'm Yoshiyasu. I'm the turquoise blue color, and I start with 9 money. And whenever I have a visitor, I can look at 2 cards and then pick one to use out of those.
Yep, and I didn't mention it. Haley starts with 6 money. I am Kinko, this guy, and I'm gray. And my ability is when I buy food, it costs 1 less money, and I start with 7.
And
Yep, we're randomizing it. So the first one is blue. Does that mean they're going first or first in? How did you want to do it?
I usually do the first spot.
First spot, okay. Who's purple?
Let me know who's next.
And
I rigged it. So I can do it
yeah.
first.
One thing to mention is the minis are not painted in the deluxe edition. You got to paint
Painting
it
by
yourself.
Jeb.
Yeah. So that's starting, right? So Mickey starts the game.
No drinks?
No, we have sake somewhere, but
Yeah,
Jeb
if we
didn't
get
pour it.
thirsty.
The Fuki Saki.
Yeah.
I said Fuki.
Yeah. She pronounced
This
it right
time.
this time.
This time.
But yes,
Threats.
we would do sake, but I think we've been drinking a lot already. So.
I am going to meet someone.
All right. Yeah, you can see that.
I met a samurai, which is worth 3 victory points. What am I? Green in this game, right?
Yep.
There we go.
All right. Next is me. I think I'm going to go for this shop. 1, 2, 3. Expensive.
You have plenty of money.
I know.
You're crabbing.
I am going to buy 2 items. Or should I buy all 3? I'll buy all 3.
Whoa.
It's a 1, and a 2. So I have to spend 4. So 4 go to the bank. And I get, since these 2 form a set, and this one is another set, I get 1 for this and 4 total, so 5. And it is Haley's turn.
Okay, I'm gonna go to the hot spring.
Whoa.
And she gets to draw a hot spring card. So she gets a victory point for her ability. And then,
3.
so 3 total.
She goes.
3 total. She did.
Oh. What color are you? Purple?
Alright.
I like to go shopping. Could I have 3 black cards?
2.
Alright, I'm gonna buy a food and an instrument, I guess. This one I don't want.
And this goes on the bottom of the deck.
Yeah, and I'm paying 5 money for those.
And that is
They're
2
within
items
one
in
set.
one set. So 4. So she shoots up to 4. Alright, who's in last? Or who's the farthest back? That's Kim. So you get to go again.
What's the next available spot?
The temple.
I'll go to the temple.
They're fighting each other. And how much are you donating?
Just 1.
And you're blue. So she donates 1 and she gets 1 point. Next is me. So I get, where do I want to go? I think I'll go to the panorama. And I get a green, which is the first one, so I get a 1. So that's 1 victory point. Next up is Kim again.
I'll go to the hot spring. I got 3 points.
Wow. That's what I was thinking of doing. Mickey?
Panorama, right?
He gets 1 point for the white panorama. Me again, huh? I'm gonna go. Ooh. I'm gonna go work on the farm and get 3 coins. Then it is Kim.
I'll work. So I get 3 money.
And then Haley,
Panorama.
the white one.
Yeah.
So Haley gets 1 point. And it's Haley's turn again.
I'm gonna regret this. I want to meet someone.
Alright, so you get to draw a card.
Totally gonna regret this.
What is it? She gets a green panorama. So, is that your first?
Yeah.
So she goes up 1 point. Next is Mickey. Let's see.
Thank you.
Wow. Blue panorama.
Ooh. Is that your first of it?
Yeah.
Then it is Kim, right?
Shopping.
Three. Yeah, pardon my hand. I think I'm the one closest to all the people. So
No monkeys.
I don't want this one. I'm gonna buy a fan and clothing, which I believe completes the set.
so you get
3,
12.
5 plus 7, yeah.
And what color are you?
How do you get a set?
Blue. I have 4 of the
Shoots her to
different
20.
types of items.
Wow. Kim just took the lead. I will move to the temple and I'll donate 3 coins. So I go up 3 points. 2, 3.
Did I? Oh, Jep was moving.
Kim?
I think that's right.
I'll go to the blue place.
This one?
Yep. And that's my first blue.
Holy cow.
Yep. I will go to Hot Spring. I get 3 points. 2, 3. Haley?
White panorama. This is my second one.
Ah, dang it.
So she gets 2. What color are you?
Purple.
Then it's
I have no
Kim.
choice. No, oh, no, Kim has no choice.
She has to go eat. So she's at the inn.
She gets
So she
the
draws
5 cards.
5 cards. And she has to choose one to eat.
I didn't get
You
the
just
half
pay it there. So she paid
That's
1
stupid.
and got 6 points.
That's dumb.
2, 4.
What the heck, Kim?
Everyone gets 6 points for each.
No, but really? Come on, somebody's got to
Kim?
do something.
Okay.
My turn.
Slow
Wait,
your
did I?
roll.
1, 2, 3.
Take that roll. See the roll?
Wait,
Slow it.
Did you
Yeah.
count wrong?
Yeah, I can't. I think she might have been on 21.
You can count her points up before you get too far.
Yeah, let's do that really quick. Sorry.
The roll needs to be slowed.
That's 8, 15, 16, 19, 25, 26. Yep. All right. Oh, I got it right. Oh, donated 1, right? So 27. All right.
Oh, thanks.
Sorry.
Thanks for helping. No, I'm up one.
No, I just questioned myself.
It's my turn to eat. Give me the food. I'll just take that one. So 6 plus 1, I get 7.
7, and you're green.
Yep,
So
so
you're
we're
at
at
12. And you pay 1, right?
I forgot.
And then Haley has to move in for
Yeah.
the food.
What do we get for food?
6 points.
I know. I mean, like, what does it matter which one I'm buying?
At the end, who spent the most money on food gets a bonus.
And you always have to buy something different.
Yep.
Oh, what do you mean?
It's a 3-point bonus if you spent the most, and you can never buy the same thing.
Oh, okay.
And what color? You're purple. So 6 and 7 is 13. All right, and then I have to go in and get what's left. 2 2s. Why did you do that to me? I will take some sushi and pay 1 because my ability reduces it by 1.
That's lame.
And then the leftover card just gets tossed. And all right, time
This
to.
game's really pretty.
It is
I
a pretty
guess
game.
I will go to the blue. and I get 1 point from a blue panorama. Oh, I didn't even move myself 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 1. And it is Haley's turn.
Um,
Are we moving the people?
what's the
correctly?
farm?
Money.
Weren't we confused?
Yeah.
$3.
Farm.
But we do it right now.
I think so.
I am going to the farm, so I get $3 too, please. Thank you. And then
It's available.
Kim's, the temple,
Before us is the temple.
and then anything
I'm
after.
Okay, I'll go to the temple. I'll just pay in 1.
She gets 1
What
victory.
color are
Blue.
you?
Blue.
And that gives you 1 victory point.
And it's my go. I will go to this green panorama and get my number 2, so I get 2 points. Thank you. Kim's go.
I'll go to green. And that's my first green.
Mickey, right?
Yep, and I will go white panorama for 2 victory points.
I will go white panorama for 3 victory points.
Kim?
I'll go to the visitor. And because of my ability, I get to look at 2 of them.
Look at 2, keep 1, right?
Yep, I believe so.
How do you get an achievement? Are those the bonuses at the end?
There's
And
the bonus
bonuses
ones,
and
and then
panorama
the first panorama.
bonuses.
Oh, what's that?
I'll do
An expansion card.
this one. So I get
An
a
expansion
free
panorama?
one into the thing.
Yeah, so I'll show that to the people. For her, the traveler, or the person you
Let's
meet.
just go under here.
Yep.
Oh,
Her,
are we supposed to be discarding these guys?
no, you keep
No,
them.
that you
Oh.
get whoever has the meets the most people gets a bonus.
Okay, her ability is you get 1 coin from the bank donated to the temple in your favor or whatever. So Kim gets 1 from the bank in there, and she goes up 1. Is it my go?
Yeah.
I'll go to the traveler. Hey, I got the Miko as well, so I get 1 point and 1 donated. And
Me?
Haley.
Hot spring.
So she draws and gets a bonus, right?
Yep, I get 1 and 4.
Wow.
4 altogether.
2, 3, 4.
Wow.
And Mickey?
I will snag the white.
Ooh, I knew that was going to be a hot item.
3.
3 points.
Trying to catch up to me, sir? Sir? Good sir?
That might go, right?
Yes.
Need the pretty picture.
Did you give your
Win.
points for it?
Yeah, I gave him.
Okay.